Scene 2. Christmas music in, sung by a live chorus full. At conclusion of song, sound fades under and into the distance. Lights up in set. Offices of Scrooge and Marley, Ltd. Scrooge sits at his desk at work. Near him is a tiny fire. His door is open, and in his line of vision we see Scrooge's clerk, Bob Cratchit, who sits in a dismal tank of a cubicle, copying letters. Near Cratchit is a fire so tiny as to barely cast a light. Perhaps it is one pitifully glowing coal. Cratchit rubs his hands together, puts on a white comforter, and tries to heat his hands around his candle. Scrooge's nephew enters, unseen.
"What are you doing, Cratchit? Acting cold, are you? Next you'll be asking to replenish your coal from my coal box, won't you? Well, save your breath, Cratchit, unless you're prepared to find employ elsewhere."
A Merry Christmas to you, Uncle. God save you.
Bah, humbug.
Christmas? A humbug, Uncle? I'm sure you don't mean that.
I do. Merry Christmas? What right do you have to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Oh, come then. What right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You're rich enough.
Bah, humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be, eh? When I live in a world of fools such as this, Merry Christmas? What's Christmas time to you but a time of paying bills without any money? A time for finding yourself a year older, but not an hour richer. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. He should.
Uncle.
Nephew. You keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it, Uncle.
Let me leave it alone, then. Much good it has ever done you.
There are many things from which I have derived good by which I have not profited, I dare say, Christmas among the rest. But I am sure that I always thought of Christmas time, when it has come round, as a good time, the only time I know of when men and women seem to open their shut-up hearts freely, and to think of people below them as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave, and not another race of creatures bound on other journeys. And therefore, Uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good, and that it will do me good, and I say God bless it.
The clerk in the tank applauds, looks at the furious Scrooge, and pokes out his tiny fire as if in exchange for the moment of impropriety. Scrooge yells at him.
"Let me hear another sound from you, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation." "You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament."
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
"I'd rather see myself dead than see myself with your family."
But why? Why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
That, sir, is the only thing that you have said to me in your entire lifetime, which is even more ridiculous than Merry Christmas.
Turns from nephew.
Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle, you never came to see me before I married either. Why give it as a reason for not coming now?
Good afternoon, nephew.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
I am sorry with all my heart to find you so resolute. But I have made the trial in homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my Christmas humor to the last. So, a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
He stands facing Scrooge.
Uncle, you are the most... No, I shan't. My Christmas humor is intact. God bless you, Uncle.
Nephew turns and starts for the door. He stops at Cratchit's cage.
Merry Christmas, Bob Cratchit.
Merry Christmas to you, sir, and a very, very happy New Year.
Calling across to them.
Oh, fine. A perfection. Just fine. To see the perfect pair of you. Husbands with wives and children to support. My clerk there earning 15 shillings a week. And the perfect pair of you talking about a Merry Christmas. I'll retire to Bedlam.
To Cratchit.
He's impossible.
Oh, mind him not, sir. He's getting on in years, and he's alone. He's noticed your visit. I'll wager your visit has warmed him.
Him? Uncle Ebenezer Scrooge? Warmed? You are a better Christian than I am, sir.
Opening the door for Nephew, 2 do-gooders will enter as Nephew exits.
Good day to you, sir, and God bless.
God bless.
One man who enters is portly, the other is thin. Both are pleasant.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Carrying papers and books, looks around Cratchit to Scrooge.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
We have no doubt his liberality is well represented by his surviving partner.
Offers his calling card. Handing back the card unlooked at.
Good afternoon.
This will take but a moment, sir.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that we should make some slight provision for the poor and destitute, who suffer greatly at the present time. Many thousands are in want of common necessities. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comfort, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And aren't the union workhouses still in operation?
They are. Still, I wish that I could say that they are not.
The treadmill and the poor law are in full vigor, then?
Both very busy, sir.
Oh, I see. I was afraid, from what you said at first, that something had occurred to stop them from their useful course. I'm glad to hear it.
Under the impression that they scarcely furnish Christian cheer of mind or body to the multitude, a few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth. We choose this time because it is a time of all others when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices.
Pen in hand, as well as notepad.
What shall I put you down for, sir?
Nothing.
You wish to be left anonymous?
I wish to be left alone.
Pauses, turns away, turns back to them.
Since you ask me what I wish, gentlemen, that is my answer. I help to support the establishments that I have mentioned. They cost enough, and those who are badly off must go there.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
If they would rather die, they had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Besides, excuse me, I don't know that.
But you might know it.
It's not my business. It's enough for a man to understand his own business and not to interfere with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Scrooge turns his back on the gentleman and returns to his desk.
But, sir, Mr. Scrooge, think of the poor.
Turns suddenly to them. Pauses.
Take your leave of my offices, sirs, while I am still smiling.
The thin man looks at the portly man. They are undone. They shrug. They move to door. Cratchit hops up to open it for them.
Good day, sir.
To Cratchit.
A Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yes, a Merry Christmas to both of you.
Merry Christmas.
Cratchit silently squeezes something into the hand of the thin man.
What's this?
Shh. Cratchit opens the door. Wind and snow whistle into the room.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Cratchit closes the door and returns to his workplace. Scrooge is at his own counting table. He talks to Cratchit without looking up.
It's less of a time of year for being merry and more a time of the year for being loony, if you ask me.
Well, I don't know, sir.
The clock's bell strikes 6 o'clock.
Well, there it is, eh? 6.
Saved by 6 bells, are you?
I must be going home.
He snuffs out his candle and puts on his hat.
I hope you have a very, very lovely day tomorrow, sir.
Oh, you'll be wanting the whole day tomorrow, I suppose?
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I was to stop half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'll be bound.
Cratchit smiles faintly.
I don't know, sir.
And yet, you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work?
It's only but once a year.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning.
Oh, I will, sir. I will, I promise you. And, sir...
Don't say it, Cratchit.
But let me wish you a...
Don't say it, Cratchit. I warn you.
Sir...
Cratchit!
Cratchit opens the door.
All right, then, sir. Well, Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge.
And he runs out the door, shutting same behind him. Scrooge moves to his desk, gathering his coat, hat, etc. A boy appears at his window, singing,
Away in a manger.
Scrooge seizes his ruler and whacks at the image of the boy outside. The boy leaves.
Bah! Humbug! Christmas! Bah! Humbug!
He shuts out the light. A note on the crossover following scene 2. Scrooge will walk alone to his rooms from his offices. As he makes a long, slow cross of the stage, the scenery should change. Christmas music will be heard. Various people will cross by Scrooge, often smiling happily. There will be occasional pleasant greetings tossed at him. Scrooge, in contrast to all, will grump and mumble. He will snap at passing boys, as might a horrid old hound. In short, Scrooge's sounds and movements will define him in contrast from all other people who cross the stage. He is the misanthrope, the malcontent, the miser. He is Scrooge. This statement of Scrooge's character, by contrast to all other characters, should seem comical to the audience. During Scrooge's crossover to his rooms, snow should begin to fall. All passers-by will hold their faces to the sky, smiling, allowing snow to shower them lightly. Scrooge, by contrast, will bat at the flakes with his walking stick, as might an insomniac swat at a sleep-stopping middle-of-the-night swarm of mosquitoes. He will comment on the blackness of the night, and finally reach his rooms and his encounter with the magical specter, Marley, his eternal mate.